Yo, what up, what up? Good morning, GMG. Oh, it's a special day today. Thursday, turnaround Thursday, October 24th, 2020. Look at that. Another beautiful day to have a beautiful day. Look at it. It's like 10/24/24. Look at that. We're bound to pump today. Hell yeah. I got my co-host in the house, Tyler, Mando. Good morning. How you guys doing today?
Fantastic, man. I'm back.
You're back at the desk and you're back with having a proper microphone. Sims must be like crying inside right now. I know I'm euphoric. Yeah, I see him in the studio. Sims is like crying inside of him, and I was like, fuck yeah, Mando sounds good again. Let's go. Tyler, how you doing today?
I'm fantastic. It's a GM. It's a green morning out there today, folks. I woke up to $800 million gold in a Binance listing. So how can I be sad about that? I
thought you said you woke up to $800 million. Oh, no. I'm like, damn, we got a new whale. I was like, can you spare me a little change? Anyways, today on the show today, we're on a tight schedule here because your boy's gotta go get his fucking wrist checked at the hospital at 11 a.m. So we'll go through this. We'll go through the market report as usual. Talk about the market. Green morning indeed, looking good. Love Bitcoin, love Solana. I mean, Ethereum is literally down, but that's okay. And then Tyler's top 1,000, because I'm sure Tyler's got a bunch to talk about. The AI coins are popping, like you just mentioned with GOAT. ARB update quickly. We'll let you guys know what's the latest on Arbitrum. Then a Robit spin real quick. It's crazy. I just stacked it up again with a bunch of Aeons and stuff like that. The stuff that you guys want to win clearly. And then last but not least, this show is powered by Galaxy. Let's see if I know it by heart. What's Seamless? God damn it, I don't. With Seamless built-in optimized monetization tools, Galaxy enables the development of sustainable long-term communities fulfilling Bitcoin's vision of decentralized freedom and independence from centralized control. Oh my God, this is like fitting for every role. It was fitting when the Satoshi thing came out. It's fitting with the AI stuff. Absolutely love to see. But anyways, Mando, talk to us about this turnaround Thursday and these green candles, baby.
Who is the man, macro daddy of the land? Can you dig it?
GM, everyone. So looks like we're going higher again. We had a bit of a weak period in macro, like we were speaking about, with the high dollar for a few days. And that seems to be in the rearview mirror in terms of like the market's digested it, and Bitcoin again is seen as one of the best assets to own. We've gone back up towards 68K. Solana is outperforming here. I think obviously not to flog a dead horse, but ETH's really had a bad few days there. Again, the SOLETH chart just keeps breaking out to new highs. That is just a crazy looking chart when you look at it. The way it's been, particularly over the recent period. I think a large bit of that is people pricing in these, the future potentially of AI agents a little bit more, and that Solana is just a cheaper and easier chain for them to run on. I think that's similarly why Sui has also been performing relatively well, or at least bouncing back. But just bullishness around that. I think there was an update actually from the Claude model, I think, yesterday, the one by Anthropic, where basically it can take over your PC now. So it can like take over your mouse, your cursor, and do things. So there was a coin created actually last night, this Ant coin, which was made by an AI that did that. So like you can just take over your PC now. So we're just seeing that space is like people just this new stuff every day. I think we'll see tons of this. And I think people just getting bullish on Solana has been the place where a lot of that activity will happen. Mainly because go happen there, but it can happen on ETH2s, I think, as well, relatively easily. But I think people are just getting bullish on that.
Brian Armstrong not too happy about it not happening on base, actually.
Right. So similarly, like it could happen on base, but I don't know in terms of the programming language, right? Like Solana's written in Rust, which is like a programming language which is more ubiquitous, although it's not like ideal for programmers, whereas Solidity is kind of just for ETH, although it relates to certain other languages. So and that's why people got bullish on like Sui, for example, just because it was all built using object reference. Anyway, yeah, like I think people are getting bullish on that again. And macros bounced back a little bit today. Trump's odds continue to go higher, or at least don't seem to be going lower. And yeah, look, I think we're going to head back towards, like I said, I think we're heading back towards in and around all-time highs.
Yeah, we're definitely gunning for that today before the market opened, and then the market opened, but we were pumping like right before that, right? Before US stocks opened, I think Bitcoin went to 68 nearly, 68K. Solana quickly taps to $176, $177. So it's looking really good. Mando, question for you regarding SOLETH. I mean, obviously that's the most shared chart on the timeline right now, which usually in the past has topped it. But this time it looks like we're kind of like in that price discovery mode for SOLETH. I mean, what do you make of that? Like, is there a point where like this reverses, or is this just going to be the story of this cycle? Like it's going to continue. I think Chris Bernstein, is that how you say his last name, was calling for 0.1. Bernstein, he was calling for 0.1 SOLETH ratio early on, like I think early last year, if I'm not mistaken, from the lows almost. And now we're looking at 0.069.
I don't know. Like, I genuinely don't know. I think that ETH has...
Sorry. It's funny. Tyler's like, fuck. Go on.
The way that it's scaled has meant that you need to have a lot more going on the L2s for it to really bring value back to the L1. Like, there is a tiny amount of ETH being burnt by these L2s at the moment compared to the activity happening on them, which may happen. Like, we could now see this. Like, if you really get super bullish on the idea we're about to see millions of AI agents start to do stuff on crypto, then yeah, maybe you do need like tons of different L2s. But you really have to. You're talking about like singularity style growth there in the amount of stuff happening, and even then, like I think Base will probably spin out as an L1 pretty soon. Kraken's going to be an L2. I'm sure they're probably considering the same sort of thing as well. Like, I think there's just less of a reliance on ETH. So ETH as an ecosystem, I actually think can continue to grow, and probably TVL continue to rise and all that sort of stuff. But ETH as the asset has slightly moved away from that. Whereas I think Solana is still what people are spending, right? Like, what were you spending last cycle? You were spending your ETH on NFTs,
cool
on other coins. Right. This cycle, like, everyone's spending their Solana on meme coins, and that's just Solana is a currency at the moment, whereas ETH is this caught between being gold and not and like the burn and all that sort of stuff. Solana is still a currency, and it has those burn aspects too, albeit inflation's also ridiculously high. But yeah, Solana is money this cycle for sure.
Yeah, it's I don't know. Look, a few months ago, I was told this bag is going to die with Tron, and it looks like the trenches are back above, and that things are going pretty well on the Solana front. So we'll see how high this can go, but it's definitely looking like it wants to gun for an all-time high here, and we'll see where the market takes us this weekend. Looks like we'll have a good weekend, boys. BlackRock is still bidding heavy. It was another $323 million day yesterday for BlackRock. Here, let me bring out DGens here so we can look at the flows for the Bitcoin ETF. It's actually impressive how much BlackRock has bought. What was it? It was $1 billion in last week or something. They're BITB, right? Yeah. So I bet. Yeah, I'm trying to find. It's here, right? There you go.
Those are the totals.
Yeah, the totals. It's a lot, right? It's a lot of green. and it's in the hundreds of millions. So absolutely love to say. All right, well, if there's nothing much else to go on the market side, Tyler, let's see what you got for us, because I'm sure the AI coins again are at the top of that story.
For daily NFT and crypto analysis. Tyler D on FOMO hour cause the kid can't miss.
Ready to patch some bears. Yeah, Mando took the top headline, but folks, it's Sol ETH hitting another all-time high amidst ongoing ETH FUD, and then ETH Bitcoin hitting a 3-year low. So rough week for ETH. Uniswap, they integrated native bridging alongside swap. That was a huge headline that I didn't see get enough attention. I think that's going to be a potential game changer for those still using Ethereum. In other headlines, Maker founder Rune Kristen said that he made a, quote, typical DeFi mistake in the rebrand to Sky after the token has fallen 50%. And costing them over $5 million. Coinbase has set its Q3 earnings call for October 30th at 5:30 p.m. Eastern. Watch out for that one. Some 2 pieces of breaking news this morning. Kraken plans to launch its own blockchain similar to Base. It's going to be called Inc., and it will be on the Optimism superchain. Then also breaking MicroStrategy. Michael Saylor's MicroStrategy hitting another all-time high. It's up 45% this month, while Bitcoin is up just 6%. So wild outperformance for that stock. In protocol news, Abstract introduced its builder in residence program, aiming to bring together top builders across crypto and give them the resources they need to succeed. We saw Shape announce Shapecraft as a 4-week hackathon for builders and creators. That starts November 18th. And then Variational raised $10 million in a seed round for Arbitrum-based P2P crypto derivatives trading. In memes and NFTs, GOAT, folks, GOAT is the top headline. It sold $880 million on a Binance Perps listing announcement. It is now the first pump fund coin to hit Binance. I think it's chilling around 800 million right now. AI coins are mixed on the back of that. Some like Memes AI and Act are up big, while others are down around 50%. We saw Ant, the coin tied to Anthropic in the first from Claude, the top move of the day. I think it saw $70 million volume in 1 hour after it launched yesterday. 150 million in less than a day here. It's holding at 7 million. Popcat leads meme majors. It's up, I think, 12% now, knocking on $1.60. Fartcoin was another notable mover. I hate to say it, but it is. It's high enough now that we have to talk about it. It hit like 70 million this morning. And then Gordon Goner, somewhat fun, depending on what side this you're on. He began an ape chain meme coin buying spree yesterday. He shocked everyone by starting with this Pape coin. It was at 200,000 market cap, so it was micro cap. It briefly soared past 5 million before giving back most of those gains. A couple quick NFT headlines. ACK, Alpha Centauri Kid, he fetched 209 ETH in his Tempted in the Garden edition sale.
Wow.
Moving 26.9 ETH for the 101 time. Nice. Pudgy Toys, live in 2,000 Walgreens across the United States. Shout out to Luca and team. And then somewhat under the radar for folks who aren't in the Bitcoin streets, Casey Rodermore has etched a new rune, Memento Mori, with speculation that 50% of the pre-mine will go to his podcast Patreon supporters. So that is going to be one to watch as well.
Jesus Christ, Tyler. You took the top 1,000 literally.
It's kind of a lot today. Yeah, I thought it was a lighter update, but
that was no light update. I love that. This is good. Let's talk about gold first, right? Like, I feel like this is the big news, right? Look at this chart. Look at
the chart. I mean, look at it.
I think this is the all-time chart. Let's put on the 4 hours, but this is the all-time 4-hour chart. Obviously, I had a slight dip after the Binance announcement. It's always like that, right? But still, like, Binance Perps, first pump fund getting Binance. Boys, I mean, what now? What happens now to Terminal of Truth?
I think Terminal of Truth is going to continue to grow exponentially. I don't think the GOAT top is in on this listing. I think it can go higher from here. And there's still a difference, right, between the Binance Perps listings and then like the true spot listing of the token. So we still have that on the horizon. I mean, you can't sweat any dips just because of like this meteoric rise. This thing's only had one pullback. It pulled back from the 19th to the 21st. It was a 2-day, 60% pullback. And that's really been it in the entire 2-week history. And granted, it's only 2 weeks old. I don't know. I think this thing has cemented itself as the top AI coin. It's higher than Turbo.
Crazy. 135,000 followers. Did we follow that thing with like 1,000 followers? I think Saylor brought it back. He's like,
gotta quit reminding me,
dude. July, I think we were talking about Terminal Truth on the show. That's so crazy. It's actually really, really wild. I mean, Mando, how high is this thing going? Sacred.
I mean, who knows?
This thing tweets some unhinged shit, bro.
Well, now, whenever there's a futures listed added, right? These coins get way volatile. So I actually think if you think you've missed it, you will get good chances to buy this on dips just because of the way that futures listings go, right? That being said, like I do think that this is the right time, right place for this. Like now we're seeing this explosion of maybe just like a product market fit. Like we all sit here and talk about the idea that, you know, onboarding is the toughest thing in crypto and, you know, like it's so difficult to get. Imagine an interface where you have some form of a bot where you can just tell it to do something. Like, hey, could you send these payments to these people? You know, can you trade for me on these coins? I don't want to take too much risk, but like I want to try and make 15% a year trading majors. Like, can you build a volatility bot on the back of that? Like, imagine a simple interface, which is more like what you have with ChatGPT, but can relate to crypto, right? And doing economic things. I feel as though that's the world that we're heading for. And I think that's the world that we could be in like a year now. Just with like you've seen these huge upgrades, right? So you have the ChatGPT reasoning model, and now you've seen better reasoning model. If you notice so the truth terminal it is trained by Claude as well, right? So they think that one's like maybe it's the best imagination, let's say. And you've seen this upgrade now that it basically can take over your PC. Now we're all not from that world, but you're going to start to see people come in here and build cool stuff. Like they were already building really cool stuff which wasn't financial related. Now they feel like they can come in and build stuff that is financial related, and I think they can start to really do a lot of stuff. And for me, Go kind of is just first for that now, like just the way that narrative can be. So I don't know, like in a year's time, if like we're all in the same way that everyone is using like Trojan and Photon and BullX right now, if you're using like a different sort of a bot, but to do like anything you want to do, and suddenly there's this concept of the first coin that was kind of proposed by one of these, I think it can be really high. Even if the narrative isn't perfect, like I said that from the start, like he didn't make the coin, right? Somebody else made the coin. It was in CTO'd. I think they bought it or they were given it. But I just think as the first of these, that can be quite a strong narrative now that can keep it going. But I also think this is super bullish for crypto.
Yeah.
Like this is what I tweeted yesterday, which is just that this now, if I'm an AI researcher and I've been like, you know, just fucking around, working for one of these big Magnificent Seven companies, trying to create better consumer tech, right? And suddenly now I see a way where, fuck, like people are doing cool economic stuff. I can get rich, right? Yep. I can get rich.
If you're AI, pivot to crypto.
Yeah. I think you're going to see a ton of people come in. You're already seeing it, right? Like this is some of the most innovation I've seen in crypto in months. Honestly, months. I think we're going to start to see a ton of stuff come in here now, like an absolute metric ton of people now realizing that if you compare like these LLMs to like the internet, and we always said, you know, crypto's internet but with money. Now they can have AI with money. They can do whatever, man.
Yeah. No, I agree. What do you make of that, Tyler?
Yeah, I mean we've seen an explosion in the past 1 to 2 weeks. Like it is, you can feel it. Like if you show up to this space every day, like we are already in a different place than we were 3 weeks ago. Like the AI crypto intersection is here and alive, and I don't think there's any going back. Now, for the meme coins, like, has this little cycle topped? I don't know. Like, clearly it's like a manic phase right now. We're seeing coins do 100 million volume in a few hours. So from a trading perspective, things are perhaps a little frothy, but the opportunities are huge, and where people are just scratching the surface. So I think we all predicted that it'd be Web3 gaming as the story of 2024, and now it looks like the AI.
I think Epic needs to pivot again. We may have to pivot, Mando. I think Epic AI. What if you gave the control to the Epic account, to an AI, to Claude? Let it tweet for you.
I think to be clear, like loads of, so obviously the Truth Terminal like makes memes.
Yeah, of course.
Makes like some pretty bad ones, but it makes, I think these all these existing meme coin accounts can just get like, basically, can you imagine a Gigabot right now? Like, imagine one just like posting Giga memes. Is that the same as Truth Terminal, right? So what they did with Truth Terminal is they took this Claude model and they basically jailbreaked it and like started feeding it. They made it unhinged. And people are going to start doing this with these LLMs. That's kind of how this started. And they're going to start doing it with Giga. They're going to start, like, imagine a Mog bot. Like, imagine that, posting Mog memes, like interacting with, like, this is going to happen.
Honestly, the community is kind of doing a better job than a bot. But yeah, I feel you. Yeah.
From a content creation side, I think it's going to happen.
Yeah. But, like, to Tyler's point also, like, you guys were right also, and that's the point you made, like, I'd be wary of these coins also, because a lot of the ones are going to run the narrative, a lot of them are not going to run, and GOAT's just going to keep going higher, right? Like, you saw, like, we talked about Flavia, like, yesterday, right? And like, now it's already down, like, 70% or more, right? And that's not, I'm just naming one because that's the first one that came to mind, but then you have something like Fartcoin that Tyler's been looking at, or Ant, or whatever, that's been going crazy. Tyler, in terms of other news that you shared yesterday, and you're right, I know, like, because of AI, a lot of stuff is kind of like being pushed under the carpet, but I thought the Uniswap news was like, when I saw you tweet about it, I thought it was really big. Because, like, bridging is always, like, even for the crypto natives, I always get a message like, oh, where do I bridge that? Or where do I bridge to this? Or how do I, like, that's a pretty big deal to make crypto easier, no?
We have it, folks. Uniswap has introduced their long-awaited feature, and that is permissionless bridging. Now it is easier to move your assets across multiple blockchains. So it looks like at launch, there's going to be 9 networks: Ethereum-based Arbitrum, Polygon, OP Mainnet, Zora Blast, WorldChain, and ZK Sync involved. Only native assets for starters, so ETH on Ethereum or on Arbitrum, and stablecoins, but they are looking to expand that. They're saying the bridging process will settle in seconds rather than minutes, and this is a significant step towards their vision of seamless cross-chain swaps. I mean, this is a big one for me. Like, I use Symbiosis and some of the other bridges, and it's just a hassle, right, to try to move your money across chain.
All of them.
And now, like, we've talked about, like, this world in the future where you won't even really know what chain you're on. That all happened behind the scenes, and you'll just be able to trade whatever assets you want. Like, this is the step that is getting us closer to that. So soon, like, you will be able to trade. I'm trying to think of a token on one of these, but like, if you want to switch your Magic on Arbitrum to Mog on ETH, to just be able to pull both of those tokens up and do the swap and not worry about a bridge that has to take place behind the scenes. We're not quite there yet, but we're getting closer to that. And I think that'll be a very nice improvement.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing. It reminds me of this dust thing that you have, Mando. It's like, hey, like, move all your dust to this. Like, it's almost like a dust converter, but like within Uniswap. It's like, oh, hey, make it easier to bridge, right? It's like similar. And I'm surprised it took so long, but it's here. So it's good. And it's here on time, right? Because the bulls starting to roar. And other very bullish news for the space. I mean, your PFP, Tyler, take it on. I mean, this again, Luca just, crushing it.
I joked about this. There's going to be a lot of dads buying last-minute Christmas pudgy toys.
For sure.
Like, Walgreens is the place you show up on Christmas Eve at 6 p.m. because it's the only place still open. And now they're going to have
best Christmas PJs, by the way.
Yes. I think this is pretty much the news. They're live in 2,000 stores across the U.S. This is their third major partnership here, behind Walmart, at Target, now Walgreens, the pudgy proliferation is happening. And don't forget, winter is coming.
Winter is coming. Pudgy Puff, right? Mando, soon it'll be you guys with the reg drinks. When reg drinks at Walmart, Walgreens, Boots, your local bodega, you know? I kind of want to walk to my local bodega and see a reg drink, you know? Pick it up the shelf, mix it up with a little tequila, you know? It'll be nice. Actually, surely my package arrived. I don't know. I can't. Where's my reg drinks at?
Go check the mail. Check the mail more than once a month.
I would, but like where I have everybody send my mail is like nowhere close to my house. Like I have, there's Sims. Look at this. There it is. He's got his.
Wow.
I think I know I got mine because I sent Ovi my ID like a bit ago, but I don't I don't know. I send my mail like 20 minutes away from here. so I always get my shit way later, but for obvious reasons. I'm not trying to have some randos pull up to my apartment. Anyways, quick recap, quick touch on runes here, Tyler, because there's a momentum mori that you talked about, you know, of course, like you, Sims, Bernie, Ben, you've been all over this. So what's the latest with Casey?
Yeah, so a few days ago, the news came out that Casey Rodomore, he is the founder of Ordinals and Runes, that he had deployed a new meme runes token. It's called Memento Mori. It had a pre-mine 50% of the supply. So I think there was questions about what he would be doing with that. The rumor, the speculation was that he was driving folks to his podcast Patreon. And they set up a form where you could submit an Ordinals or Runes wallet. So I think that gave a little bit more credit to that speculation. I think signups like doubled in the last day. So folks are clearly catching on to this. The thought is that those who are Patreon supporters will be on the list to potentially get this airdropped. And this is a big one, right? Like there haven't been very many marquee Runes launches since deployment. Like, you know, we've seen a couple in the last few weeks, what Gizmo and Puka have done, but those are, I would say, like an order of magnitude below like Casey Rodomore launching a token. So folks would be racing to buy this one. You have to think it would perform well.
Damn.
And apparently there's a way to potentially get on the list for this. And this is all speculation, but this is the biggest story in Runes right now. And I actually wonder if some of the sell-off is at least partially tied to folks trying to free up funds.
Yeah, what the hell? Wasn't Pups at 200 mil, not sub 100?
Yeah, it turns out after Pups ran 600% in a month, that may have been the time to take a little off, but everything's down 25% this week. And yeah, Pups is down 50% off the top.
We did it again, Tyler. I hope not. I know you accidentally sold your bag.
I'm happy with my sell because
of course,
it enabled me to get in on some of the new things.
I should accidentally start selling bags too. You know what? I'm gonna accidentally start dumping shit. Because you sold accidentally here, I think. So
and I think you should look. I mean, the Runes. I wouldn't want to be in just one Runes token. I don't know. I feel like you need to play the field a little bit. Like I get not spreading yourself too thin. Pups could be the winner, but I don't know. There's some other attractive ones out there.
No, there is. It's just like if I'm going to be spread across multiple coins, I'd rather do it on Solana just because it's easier.
Sure.
You know,
so Magic Eden does the rune to rune swap. That's going to be a game changer. It's not here yet, but when that's here, I think we'll see all of that.
Yeah, because now it's still like you have to list them, then they get sold, and it takes 15 minutes to hit your wallet. Then it's like like it's a longer process. We're still not there, but it'll come. It's not speculation, by the way. It is true. He literally said in his latest Patreon video, confirmed. Thank you, eBrink, that it will be for his patrons. So love to see that. So runes are heating up. And even in terms of like ordinals, look like they had a slight dip, but they're totally strong. I mean, you know, puppets are 0.14 Bitcoin, similar to nodes. Quantum Castle above 0.2, ordinal maxi beast 0.17. Yet those base angels see a big pump. You know, that whole sector saw somewhat of a pump. Speaking of Solana, quickly, rafflebot.xyz. The code today is Solana. So if you want to win, if you want to win at least $1,500 up to 80 grand, make sure you sign up. Every day we give money away on the show. Rafflebot.xyz, and the code is Solana. SOLANA. Did I miss anything before we get into our Arbitrum roundup? I think we kind of touched on almost everything, right?
I think so.
Yeah. All right. Perfect. I'm sure we'll be able to go into more details on some of the stuff tomorrow. Yeah, we're good. Aside from Gordon Garner breaking, sorry, that was the last thing. It was Gordon ripping the bandit off. Is that what we're doing now? Are we all gonna? Is it free game now? Can I show like 100K microcaps?
I ripped all my band-aids off.
It's like I was kind of confused about. So how low was some of the caps that he was showing?
I mean, it was sub 1 million, I think, right? But
I think Pape was 200K when he shilled it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It was 200K, but it is on Ape Chain, and he's got to promote his shit. So I don't hate the player, you know. I think he's doing what he's got to do. So he's bought Pape, Curtis, Sif, Bort, Fafo. What's the latest, by the way, on Ape Chain, Tyler? Never mind.
Yeah. I don't want to ruin anyone's day.
Okay.
Let's check back in a little while.
Let's check. I mean, it's so early though. Like, it's not even though I just got back from Portugal. You know, like the news was like Saturday, so it's like 4 days old, right?
Yeah, I think the reality is that they had like a blow off weekend that probably beat expectations. Now it's a little bit down to earth, and now they need to have more apps and things launched. So we gotta give them some time.
There you go. Go give it some time, and it's gonna happen. Speaking of Ape Chain, let's segue to Arbitrum. Tyler, our ARB update. We've been meaning to this Monday, but I think it's a good time now. Tell me what's happening on ARB.
I mean, for starters, Ape Chain was the huge news. So a couple pieces that were interesting. So if folks don't know, Ape Chain is powered by Arbitrum and the Orbit technology. The broad support across NFT communities was really cool to see. So I think, you know, sometimes there's the stigma that kind of apes are on their own, or perhaps they're disliked. But like we saw Zagabond and the Azuki community come out. I think the Pudgy community was very supportive as well. So I think a lot of different communities were rooting this one on. I think you love to see that. They saw $50 million in volume in the first day, over $40 million in bridges. I'd have to follow up to get more recent numbers, but some big numbers, some big action over there on Ape Chain. Of course, we got Top Trader. I think Top Trader is going somewhat viral in the crypto Twitter space.
Man, it's a really cool tool. It's really cool. Have you tried? It's really fun.
I haven't. I'm too busy losing money playing Solana.
What is real? Like, this is a really great. The branding of it is great. And, yeah, the Top Trader thing, man. Like, it's 20-hour competitions at a time, or sometimes it's 2 hours. Like they did one during Ape Fest, 20 minutes long, right? Like you could play at Ape Fest, and it's just a really fun tool where it's like fake play money, and you can win Ape Coin, and for going leverage. But it's minimum like 1,000x type thing, right? Like this guy turned like something into 50 billion like fake dollars, whatever. But it's like it's a lot of fun, right? So it's working.
Yeah, you can buy in cheap. It's like 10-8 buy-in. So what that's like, it was $15, now it's $11 or whatever, and you can win 20K, right? So like, I mean, I was thinking like, why do you play this for just trading coins? But like, folks play daily fantasy sports on the weekends, right?
I mean, we're playing fantasy top.
Yeah, it's similar and it's relatively short. So it's a fun game. Again, powered by Arbitrum. A few other Arbitrum headlines. So they had their own meme coin launchpad. It's that GU_trade is the Twitter handle. They've announced more rewards. So every transaction on GU, you get GU points. The more you ape, the more points you get. So there are abundant rewards over there on that protocol. And then in Raise news, I shared the news earlier this morning that Variational raised $10 million in a seed round for their Arbitrum-based P2P crypto derivatives trading protocol. So pretty significant raise. Clearly, the Arbitrum ecosystem is very alive, and folks are continuing to build over there.
Yeah, no, it's great. Look, it's they're crushing it. Their TVL, I mean, it's doing great. And a lot of people are launching. I mean, there's a lot of hot stuff going on Arbitrum at the moment from the gaming narratives. I mean, Zai is cooking, right? Like Sobi is nonstop making announcements on there. And such. So you absolutely love to see this. Shout out to Arbitrum for being great partners of ours. I mean, our testnet, you know, everything's been launched on Sepolia so far when it comes to Myriad, and it's doing really good. Everything's seamless, easy to use, etc. Anyways, all right, y'all. Well, we get to the giveaway, and then let's get it. Let's get it. So just so y'all know, so we give this away every single day for the new. Listen, Ape Chain NFTs. That's funny. Hold on. Let me tweet that out. So that's a good one. Ape Chain NFTs.
Oh, God.
Hold on. That's a good one. Hold on. Ape Chain. All right, done. It's live. Ape Chain NFTs. I just tweeted that out. Thank you, Noel, here for the inspiration. I mean, I tweeted gaming NFTs the other day, Mando, and OpenSea retweeted me like 2 days later, and the thing went viral, like 1,000 likes. I could literally just tweet that every day. Like whenever I want engagement on my page, and I like too busy, I just put something like stupid like that, and it works every single time. So hey, I'm not gonna stop.
Your fancy top holders would applaud that. So.
Yeah, of course. My fancy top holder is going to be happy. I'm going to post a $20 review very soon. I'm just waiting for fucking Forbes to go first. All right, random draw. Let's go. Dr. Kiddo! Dr. Kiddo! Dr. Kiddo 1. Dr. Kiddo 1. Kiddo 1. Dr. Kiddo 1. Dr. Kiddo 1. Dr. All right. Dr. Kiddo 1. By the way, George, it was almost you. Did you see that? It's my best friend. He listens to the show every single day. Childhood friend. And big Epic Duck guy. He even swapped his face of Web3 PFP for Epic Duck PFP. But he's big. He's big in the chat too. Yesterday he sends me a text. He's like, what?
Did he buy that coin Act yesterday?
I don't know. Maybe he did. Like he did text me. He's like, Mando follows this coin. I should go all in. I was like,
It did a 2x after you texted me.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, this thing could run.
I mean, I hope he did. George, confirm. Did you buy or not? Dr. Kiddo's here. Okay, so I changed another milady. What? Oh fuck, man! What is it?
Would have heard about it if he'd bought it.
Yeah. Did he buy? Oh, he just he did. Let's go. He did. He did. Let's go. It's like my childhood friend listens to every single show. I love that. All right. Well, George, you almost won this time. I saw your name with Dr. Kiddo. What up?
Hey.
Hello. Nice PFP.
Good.
I love your PFP. What is that? It's so cute. You're like
Thank you very much.
Moodanged up. Oh yeah, you are like moodang.
So, yeah, it's a moodang. Yeah, it's a moodang one.
I love that. Well,
Yeah.
Dr. Kiddo.
Very much.
Dr. Kiddo, listen. There's some nice NFTs ready. Are you ready? I think we're bugging a bit. Is it me?
I'm ready. The first time I listened to you guys, someone won a punk like 8 months ago.
Yes,
Oops,
that
can
was
you hear
yeah, I can hear. That was the Dubai one. When we were in Dubai. Hell yeah. All right. Well, maybe you'll win a punk this morning, Dr. Kiddo.
Yeah.
All right. Let's bless this mic. Okay. Well, Mando had blessed the mic then. So Mando, Doc Jesus, bless the mic.
Good luck.
Oh, milady!
Oh no! The lady.
Let's go!
That's amazing,
Congratulations!
guys. Oh my god.
12 grand
Thank you so
win.
much. That's amazing.
Good God.
I'm so happy for you, Dr. Kiddo. I don't even know you, but I'm happy for you. Oh my god! Well, congratulations!
Thank you so much. I'm stoked.
What are you gonna do with that $12,000? Oh fuck! It's bugging. Damn it! I think we're having lags. Well, anyways, Dr. Kiddo,
Oh my
congratulations.
god, I have no idea. I don't even. Thank
Yeah, we definitely have a lag. It's all good, Dr. Kiddo. Listen, you can DM us. I'm super happy for you. Bernie from our team is going to reach out to you. We're going to get you that milady. $12,000 hit on the show again this morning. I mean, boys, we are literally giving free money away all week long, every single week. This has already been like a $20,000 week. You'd love to see that. With that, we'll see y'all tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the episode of FOMO Hour on Rug Radio. Let's go.